Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, ladies. Come in. Come on in. Come on in, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. So, I wanted to quickly come on live and share some of the thoughts that have been going through my mind all day. This channel is about helping us to elevate our health, our wealth, our joy, our happiness, and general personal development, especially around our style, our um, our work, our money, our ambition, and alignment, all in alignment. I am very particular about alignment because when there's a split, when there is a distance between what we want, what we desire, and the actions that we are taking per time, then it becomes difficult to achieve our goals. Becomes difficult for us, especially as women, to be fulfilled, to be happy, to be joyful, to be successful. And here on this channel, you know that we are all about that, our happiness, our joy, our general fulfillment as women. So I wanted to look at I wanted to talk to us about the intersection of identity, skills, values, passion, purpose, and profit for a woman. I also want us to, I would, in the process of discussing this particular topic, I would be looking at the impact or the effect of disconnection between and amongst these different concepts that I just mentioned, and what we can do as women to bring about integration, especially when there is a split between your identity as a woman, the skills that you possess, the things or activities that you value, your passion, what keeps you alive, your purpose, who and what you are here to do on earth, who you are here to serve, and your profits as a woman, meaning your money, your bag, your joy. So I have written down my spoken words here, my poems. I've told you ladies before that I am a poet. I love writing things in poetry. I just love my poetry. There's a way it resonates with me when I am writing and sharing with my community. So I have written down a couple of my spoken words here, and I hope they land safely with you. The message lands safely with you. I pray that the message resonates with you, and I pray that it moves you from where you are to where you desire to be. So, without further ado, let's get into the meat of today's conversation. So, what if the exhaustion you feel is not because you are doing too much, but because who you are, what you do, and why you do it are living in separate rooms? A woman becomes powerful when her identity stops being fragmented. Identity is who you are when no one is watching. Your identity is that woman that you are when no one is watching you. I am on my bed right now doing this live, about to go to bed, and no one is watching me in this moment. And this is what I choose to do with my time, because at heart I am a guide at heart, and I'm always going to be sharing information, download as they come to me, because that is the nudge that I am feeling in the moment, and that is the direction that I decided to go in. And that's why I said your identity is who you are when no one is watching. Skills are what you can execute with ease and mastery. Values are the non negotiables that your soul refuses to betray. Passion is what animates your body with life. Purpose is the assignment that keeps calling your name. I know how much I resisted pivoting. I was doing solely fashion styling videos, content before I decided to go into deep personal development topics because my experience with working with women, both in the corporate and as a as a business and image consultant, actually showed me a lot of wounds that us women, battle with, especially when it comes to our identity as women. And for me, one of the key things that I have learned over the years from being an ambitious woman, a goal oriented woman, a woman that is goal driven, a woman that is heading somewhere. One of the key things that I have realized from all of that is that purpose is the assignment that keeps calling your name, even if no one is watching you, even if no one is listening. It's something that just keeps tugging at you, and you just have to come back to it and do it. And that was why I pivoted my content on my channel and started talking about personal development related topics for women, so that I can support the ambitious women, goal oriented women, high achieving women to grow, to glow, and to prosper, because those are very important to us here on this platform. Cecile Blount, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate your presence here. So, moving on, profit is not greedy, it is energy in circulation. The magic lives where all seven meets. And the seven that I am talking about here will be your identity as a woman, your skills, your values, your passion, your purpose, and profits. When identity and skills align, work stops draining you. When your identity and your skills are aligned, your work stops draining you. I know a lot of women are exhausted from the work that they are doing, and it is because there is that gap between the work that they are doing, the identity that they hold, and the skills that they possess. And so work becomes draining, it becomes depleting, because there is no harmony, there is no alignment, there is no match, there is no congruence. Okay? So when your values guide your choices, guilt disappears. When passion fuels your efforts, consistency becomes natural. When purpose anchors your direction, confusion dissolves. When profit is welcomed, sustainability is born. Integration is the difference between hustle and harmony. I have mentioned that before. Disconnection is why many women feel tired yet unfulfilled. Disconnection is why success still feels empty. A woman without this intersection performs instead of embodies. She overworks to prove worth that she already has. Her business grows, but her joy shrinks. Her career advances, but her body pays the price. Her brand looks polished, but feels hollow. Her money comes in waves, but never steady. Her beauty dulls under chronic stress. Her mind races while her spirit starves. Misalignment shows up as resentment. It shows up as burnout disguised as ambition. It shows up as perfectionism masking fear. It shows up as underpricing sacred gifts. Underpricing your sacred gifts. It shows up as staying where she no longer fits. It shows up as saying yes while her body says no. Integration restores your feminine authority. You stop chasing and start choosing. You build from your essence, not pressure. Your work becomes an extension of your truth. Your business becomes a mirror, not a mask. Your career becomes a channel for service. Your career becomes a channel for service. Your brand becomes recognizable because it is real. Your money stabilizes because it is aligned. The solution begins with identity reclamation. It is important to reclaim our identities, to reclaim your identity as a woman. Who are you when you are rested? What do you do effortlessly? What can you no longer compromise on? What lights up your body? What do you feel called to do? Who do you feel called to serve? What are you willing to receive for that service? Integration requires honesty over aesthetics. Alignment requires courage over comfort. Purpose requires listening over noise. Profit requires self worth over sacrifice. Rest becomes a strategy, not a reward. Boundaries become business tools. Your boundaries, they become your sacred business tools. Clarity becomes your competitive advantage. Your body softens when you stop forcing. Your beauty returns when you release stress. Your mind calms when your direction is clear. Your spirit expands. Your spirit expands when you honor yourself. Joy become your baseline, not a luxury. Wealth become predictable, not chaotic. Success becomes sustainable, not seasonal. You no longer abandon yourself for outcomes. You create offers that feel like home. You attract clients who respect your energy. You work fewer hours with greater impact. You are paid for depth, not depletion. You stop explaining your worth. You move with quiet confidence. You lead without hardening. You lead without hardening. You receive without guilt. This is feminine wealth integration. This is identity led success. This is purpose meeting profit without apology. This is what makes a woman magnetic. This is what makes her work timeless. This is what makes her money clean. This is what makes her life spacious. This is what makes her unshakable. You were never meant to choose between meaning and money. You were meant to integrate them. When a woman aligns identity, when a woman aligns her identity, skills, values, passion, purpose, and profits, she doesn't just succeed, she becomes sovereign. She does not just succeed, she becomes sovereign. Ah, that is it, ladies. That's the poem that I wrote down that I wanted to share with you. I hope the message lands safely with you. I hope it resonates with you. Now, let me check the chat to see who and who is on here. Let me see. Bola, thank you for coming in. Aja, I hope I am pronouncing your name well. Aja, thank you. Oh, I see your question. Let me see. Okay. Integration for me is about the alignment or the match or the congruence of what you desire as a woman and what you are actually doing on a day to day. I'm talking about your habits, your daily actions, because no matter how we stay, or we want to, no matter how much manifestation techniques and tools that we bring on board, you are still required to take some action to bring your desires to life. And for me, if you are going to make money a certain way, hi Lenin, thank you for joining me. Thank you. It's so beautiful to have you on here. Thank you, thank you. Ladies, please drop your questions in the chat box, and please like the live so that the algorithm will pick this up and share it with other women as well. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you. So I was trying to answer a question. I think it was Bola that was asking about integration, that how do we integrate all of these concepts that I am talking about, that how do we harmonize our identity as women, our skills, the values that we possess, what we are passionate about, um, and our purpose. And I was saying that no matter the type of and kinds of manifestation techniques that we try to bring on board or to implement, if we don't back all of that up with action, because you cannot be desiring an outcome or a particular life and your actions are not in any way matching what you desire. It's just there is just no match in there. In my opinion, there's just no match. And so if women are feeling exhausted, if they are feeling tired, if they are feeling depleted, drained, we should be looking at who we are, because it's not enough for you to want to build a particular brand. You also have to build that brand from an identity led angle, meaning it should be rooted in who you are as a person. I stopped taking on clients who are not aligned for me. I mean, years back, I stopped taking on jobs that, or gigs that are just not designed for me or aligned with my natural design. And I also had to sit down to clarify my why before embarking on anything. Before doing anything, I want to understand the why. And this is not about not being surrendered, because as feminine women, of course, we want to flow, we want to surrender, but at the same time, I don't encourage women to be on the extreme spectrum of femininity, because the divine feminine knows when to act and she knows when to rest. She knows when to be doing and she knows when to just be. And that is what experience has taught me. So I want to understand why I should be doing this, because I am grounded in who I am. I know myself. And I also want to be clear about what I need to be doing, because we don't have infinite energy, we don't have infinite resources. So it will serve us, our body, our mind, our spirit, our soul. It will serve us if we know exactly what we should be doing. And this is not about having the entire picture, but being able to tap into that inner wealth of knowledge within us, that inner knowing, that inner guide that just tells you this is what you should be doing at this time. Because again, as women who are attuned, women who are in tune, there are certain things that just comes to us naturally to do. I have mentioned it on the channel before that I love writing, I love dancing, and I love teaching. I love encouraging. I am very positive in the way I look at life and the way I direct my life. I am very forward thinking, forward looking, and very self aware. So, with all of that, whatever it is that is coming at us to deplete us, to take energy away from us, or to drain us, whatever those things are, or whoever those people are, they should be they should be done away with. It is that simple, because a woman becomes powerful when her identity stops being fragmented, when you are not sure of who you are, or what you stand for, it becomes difficult to call in abundance. It becomes difficult to attract the right audience or the right clients or even the right customers. It becomes difficult and challenging to even pursue certain things. And so you find yourself starting and stopping. You find yourself starting and stopping because you are not sure of who you are. I, the women that I work with, I focus more on their identity. Whatever brand you are trying to build, or whichever way you are trying to make money as a woman, you have to be grounded in who you are. You have to know the skills that you carry. You have to know what you value. You have to know what you are passionate about. And you shouldn't be scared to profit off of your service. You shouldn't be fearful of profiting off of your purpose. You shouldn't be fearful of setting your price. You shouldn't be fearful of putting your price on, putting a tag on your work. If not, if you don't, if you are still deeply entrenched in that fear, it becomes difficult for you to actually do work that you care about for people that you care about. I remember when I was in a job back then, I think they were trying to offer me something and it just wasn't what I wanted. And I was very clear about what I wanted to earn at the time. There was no back and forth about it. It's either you are able to afford my skills, my values, or you are not. It's either a yes or a no. Feminine women are not out here begging for their worth to be recognized. They are not out here chasing opportunities that are not even aligned for them. They are not out here trying to bag clients who are not in any way a match for them. And this is not, I'm not saying this from a place of arrogance or being conceited or whatever. I am not saying that. I am saying this from a place of identity groundedness. Because if you are not grounded in who you are, if you don't know who you are as a woman, you will fall for anything. You will fall for anything and you will find yourself going through the toxic loop of exhaustion over and over and over and over again. Then it looks like you are doing too much. It begins to look like you are doing too much. In fact, you will be doing too much because you are working out of alignment. You are trying to make money out of alignment. And even if you make that money despite all of the burnout and somersaulting that you are doing to make that money, it will still feel empty because it is not in any way connected. That success will still feel empty. You will still feel tired. You will still feel unfulfilled. So, what is the point of chasing after something that you yourself know that is not in any way a match for you? And then we come out and we say, oh, the universe is not answering our prayers. God is not listening to us. God is not answering our prayers. When we are working out of alignment, when we are moving out of alignment, we are not working on standing on our purpose, working within our purpose, through our purpose, for our purpose, in our purpose. We are not doing any of that. We don't even know what we are passionate about, what activates us, what gets us up and moving, what brings about that aliveness. We are not even aware of that. We don't even know what we value, what we hold dear. We don't take our time to sit down and actually write out what we value, and we don't audit our skills because you cannot, what is relevant today may not be relevant tomorrow depending on the industry or the sector that you are working in. whether you are on a job or you are a business owner. So when all of these are scattered, or they are out of alignment, or they are not attuned, they are not moving in harmony, it will be difficult to make money, because this conversation is a money conversation, is a wealth conversation, it's a joy conversation, because a woman's joy is greatly affected by the presence, the harmony of all of this, or the disconnection amongst all of these concepts that I have been talking about: your identity, your skills, your values, your passion, your purpose, and your profits. Your joy is depending on the unity between and amongst all of this. Your joy is dependent on it. In fact, whether you are going to glow, your beauty, your beauty will also be affected, because a woman who is not rooted in her femininity, a woman who doesn't know her identity, who doesn't do a skills audit, who doesn't know the values that she should be bringing on board, a woman who is acting totally out of alignment, is afraid to ask for is afraid to put a price on her worth, on her services, on her work. A woman who is afraid of her purpose, who is refusing to step into purpose, who is refusing to upskill, a woman who is generally not valuing the trajectory of her life, that woman's joy will be affected. Your pleasure will be affected. Your beauty will be affected. There is no other way to say it. Your money will be affected if you don't put all of this in order. It's about putting your house in order. So if all of these are out of alignment, your beauty will suffer, your glow will suffer it, your money will suffer, your body will suffer, your mind, your mental, your emotions will be all over the place. Your spirits will be in captivity. But the moment you begin to put your identity at the forefront, work on your identity, who you are, what you stand for, what you will do, what you will give your time and energy to, and what you will not do, who you want to serve, who you do not want to serve, how much you want to be paid, how much you are not open to. The moment you begin to work on all of these, things will transform. You will feel it, you will see it in real time. And that feeling of always being exhausted, always feeling tired, always feeling like the world is against you, it will disappear, because now you are sovereign. Now you have put your house in order. Now you know where you are going. Now you know what you are doing. Now you know what you want to do with your time. Now you know where you want your energy to go. Now you know the the kind and type of money that you want. Now you are in control of your health. You are getting your wealth in control. Because women who don't have physical, emotional, financial, spiritual authority over their own life, they struggle. And we are not on the struggle bus on this channel. I will never encourage that. We are not we are not on any struggle bus, because we are women who are ambitious. We are women who are high achieving. We are women who love ourselves. We are women who prioritize our joy. We are women who put our health at the top. We are women who are going somewhere in life, and we are heading to that destination without depleting ourselves, without draining ourselves, without exhausting ourselves. It is it is very, very it's been very astounding to me that we are in an era where You can show up online, share your story, share your skills, um share your transformation, and make money without necessarily jumping over 1 million hoops. It is still very new to me. I mean, I'm talking about me now. I'm not talking about other women. But for me, it's still very shocking, and it is still very new to come full cycle to understand that it is actually possible for you to show up online as a woman and make your money. It is not complicated. I don't know who taught us to complicate things. Initially, when I started writing and putting down my poetry, writing my poems and all of that, I thought nobody would want to listen. I thought who would want to come on YouTube and listen to someone reading a poem? Who would want to come on YouTube and listen to a woman just reading something somewhere? I never thought that anyone would even want to take things further, or anyone would want to pay me just to come on YouTube, on other platforms that I am on, and do what I love doing. I had no idea. And that was because I had been doing fashion and styling content for so long as an image consultant that it didn't even occur to me to share my poetic side on my channel. It didn't occur to me until that inner compass, that inner nudge began to come in, and I began to feel the urge or the need or the push or the pull rather to share my thoughts on my channel, because I always used to think who would want to listen to me reading a poem. And these are topics that are very nuanced. So I am not here trying to I'm not trying to push any generic information to people. Whatever I share on my platform is what I am practicing in my real life. Whenever I have the time, I sit down and I write. And so it is part of my ways, it is one of the beautiful ways that I have been able to share my gifts with the world. So whether anyone pays me to write my poems and to read them on my channel, it doesn't matter to me. If I get paid that way, I am happy to receive. And if I don't get paid, I am happy that I am living in a time where I get the privilege to actually come online and read, share my work, my thoughts with the world. That is enough satisfaction for me. I have had clients in the past who wanted to start different personal brands online, and then when they started looking at the logo, the font, the font, the writing, etc., before you know it, they don't want to do it again. Most of the videos on my channel, most of them don't even have thumbnails. Does that mean that people will never watch them? No. Does that mean that there is no room for improvement to have thumbnails on my videos? Yes, there is need. But I'm not going to allow my the absence of thumbnails to stop me from sharing my gifts, from sharing my talent, from sharing my knowledge, from sharing my skills, from sharing my thoughts with my community, because that is a friction. And having to sit down and be designing thumbnails for 1 day, 2 day, 3 days for a video that I don't even know how many people are going to watch, that was a friction that I had to remove. so that I would be able to sustain my momentum. It was a friction that needed to go because I already know who I am as a woman. I am already solid in my identity. So whether my video is carrying a thumbnail or not, it doesn't water down my message. The absence of a thumbnail does not in any way invalidate the message that I am trying to share in my videos. And that is not to say that I am pushing for you not to build your skills. The skills of creating thumbnail is another skill entirely. And it is not as if I don't have some of those skills. It is just that there are messages that comes to me immediately that I want to share immediately. And I wouldn't have the time to create design a thumbnail and at the same time be able to post immediately. And those are some of the frictions that exhaust us in the work that we are doing when we are trying to make money. I'm just using those as examples. So the real magic is when you are able to move past those frictions and create what you want to create. When you are able to move past those barriers and create the experience that you want to experience, the reality that you want to experience. Because what is the point of us being exhausted, being depleted, being drained in the process of trying to make money when we can be in alignment, when we can live in integrity, because it is out of integrity for you to be one person, be doing something else for a totally different wrong reasons. That is a serious dissonance. It is a serious dissonance. I used to have a client who wanted to start a certain brand, and what she was trying to do was totally not aligned with some of the things that she shared with me that she believed in. So she wanted to do it maybe for the shock factor or for the money. And I told her back then that it will not be sustainable. You will be exhausted. You won't be able to sustain it. And for us on this platform, we are about joyful, calm, meaningful, magnetic, profitable, and sustainable personal brands that you can sustain, because sustainability is tied to your skills, is tied to your values, tied to your passion, to your purpose, to your identity as a woman. You're not going to succeed in building any brand that you know that you would have to be performing 247. It is just not sustainable. It will drain you physically, it will drain you mentally, it will drain you emotionally and spiritually. It will even drain your money because it means you are putting your resources, your money into something that is not real. Real in the sense of that is not genuine, that is not native to you. I will never preach to women to start a brand that they don't feel connected to, because sometimes you become the very life force of your brand. You become the very attraction for your brand, even though some people will say that they don't want to be the face of their brand. But as you are online trying to connect with other people, trying to build a community, of course people want to see points of connection, they want to see relatability, they want to see that you are a real human being with real human experiences. They want to see how they can connect with you. And once you are able to build your own tribe, you are able to connect with your own people, the idea of exhaustion, it goes out of the window, because then you begin to move in pleasure, you begin to enjoy your work, you begin to attract the people who needs your transformation, people who needs the message that you are sharing, people who share the same values with you. I don't want to attract people who don't share the same values with me to my channel. I don't, because I don't want to work with clients whose values around what I am sharing does not match with mine. It will just continue to create disconnection. It will continue to create a distance. The cognitive dissonance will be just too much. And the mental workload, the gymnastics that you would have to be doing to convince people who are committed to misunderstanding you, or convincing people who don't share the same values with you. And that is why I always advise my clients, the women in my community, to move in alignment with their values, because you cannot sustain what is not native to you. You cannot sustain what is not joyful for you. You cannot sustain a brand that is not aligned with your identity as a woman. So the question is, who are you? What triggers you? What makes you happy? What would you want to do with your time if no one is paying you to do it? Who would you want to be spending your time with, talking to, serving, if they were not paying you to start with? Because heart-led entrepreneurs or professionals, they care about the work that they are doing, and they also care about their community, about whoever they are serving. If that devotion is not there, the only thing down that line again is exhaustion, and it looks like you are doing too much again, because you will have to do too much. Doing too much in this instance is about performing. You will have to continue to perform, and that is exhausting. If you are an introvert or an extrovert, come as you are. Let people see you as you are. Some people will vibe and resonate with you, some people will not, and that is fine, that is okay. You don't want to build a community of people who subscribed to you or who connected to you based on a mask that you wore, based on a false mask that you put forward. You don't want to do that, because you must continue to wear that mask if you want to continue to have those people in your community. If you want to continue to have those clients in your portfolio, you will have to continue wearing that false mask that you used to attract them. Because the moment you drop the mask and you now want to be the woman that you've always been, then it becomes something else. It looks like you actually lied, or you performed, or you um tricked people into being in your community, because at some point you are going to be exhausted, you are going to be tired of performing. And so the essence of this life is to encourage you to continue to work on integrating your identity, your skills, your values, your passion, your purpose, and your profit as a woman. These are non-negotiables. They are non-negotiables, because if you don't solidify them, they will continue to affect your life outcomes. They will continue to affect your results. They will continue to affect your life. Period. Period. And this is not about fear mongering you, or about talking down at you, or making you to feel like you are stupid or anything. No, this is about reminder. It's about bringing you back to yourself, because home is where the heart is. And that home is you, is your body. It is about bringing you back to your body, about helping you to attract the type and kind of money, the wealth, the abundance that you desire in your life. I know that I desire abundance, physical abundance, mental abundance, emotional abundance, financial abundance, spiritual abundance, abundance in every sense of the word. And that abundance becomes difficult to manifest, so to say, to bring into reality what you've been envisioning in your head or in your heart. It becomes difficult to manifest if you don't integrate your identity, your skills, your values, your passion, your purpose, and your profit as a woman. If you don't create the structures and the systems to sustain them, it becomes difficult, a struggle to be financially, physically, mentally, emotionally independent, sovereign. Lack of abundance will drain your beauty, it will drain your money, it will drain your mental, it will drain your mind, it will drain your heart, it will harden your heart. And so, my encouragement to you today is to find that integration. Profiting from your work is not greedy. It is not. Passion is what animates your body with life. Your values are the non negotiables that your soul refuses to betray. And your skills are those things that you can execute with ease and mastery. So, you need to anchor your purpose. You need to integrate the difference between hustle and harmony. You need to value your inner knowing, your guide, your compass, your intuition. You need to respect all of that. Your business will grow when you integrate all of these concepts that I have been talking about. And I am not paying lip service to what I am saying here. This is not about lip service. It is about coming back to your body, to your mind, to your spirit, to your soul. It is about that unity. Because your mind will be all over the place when you starve your spirits. When you are misaligned, you become resentful, and it shows up as burnout. It shows up as misalignment, will show up as perfectionism. It will show up as underpricing. It will show up as staying where you no longer fit. It will show up as saying yes while your body is saying no. And then you will now start chasing. You start chasing because you are not building from your essence, you are building from pressure. Tell me how a woman who is building from pressure and not from her essence will not feel exhausted. Because your work is no longer an extension of your truth. Your mirror has become your business or your career has become a mirror. Your business and your career they have both become masks, not mirror. Excuse me. And your career should be a channel for you to service. Your business should be a mirror. Your brand should be recognizable because it is real. It is real. How can your money be steady when you are building out of alignment? How will your career advance when your body is busy paying the price? How will you be joyful? How will your business grow when your joy keeps shrinking every single day? How will you move forward in life when you are busy overworking to prove worth that you already have? My sis, my darling, my lady, my queen, a woman without all of this intersection performs. She is busy performing instead of embodying. You have to embody. Femininity is not about just putting on a dress in pink and walking around. No, it's about your groundedness, your alignment, your fulfillment in your work, in your identity. That's what it's about. Who are you? What do you do effortlessly? What will you compromise? What will you not compromise? What lights up your body? Who do you want to serve? What do you want to receive for that service? So, this is an honest conversation. I'm not talking about style aesthetics here. I'm talking about your alignment, and that requires courage for you to stick to to your values part time. It requires courage. It requires you to listen and listen deep. It requires you to prioritize your self-worth over sacrifice. It requires you, alignment requires you to rest because it is a strategy, not a reward. What are you doing with your boundaries? Do you uphold your boundaries, or you let them go once something or someone comes out of the wood to bamboozle you? Are you clear in the direction that you are going towards? What is your body telling you that you are not listening to? Your mind is trying to remind you of something, but you don't have clarity because your body is busy overworking. Your spirit is shrinking because you don't honor yourself. Your joy, your wealth are unpredictable because you've been busy honoring chaos. What does your offers feel like? Do they feel like you or a copy of someone else? Are you attracting clients who respect your energy, your boundaries? Or you are spending 24/7 working? You are paying for depletion because you have overworked your body. You have overworked your body, you have overworked your mind, you have overworked your spirit. The feminine needs wealth integration. Divine feminine, she needs her wealth to be integrated. She needs that identity led success. And that means that your purpose should be meeting your profits without apology. It means that your money that you are making should be clean. It should be clean, not almost unaliving you. Because these are the things that make you unshakable. They are the foundation. There is no point trying to juggle meaning and money. Why can't you be doing meaningful work and be paid to do that meaningful work? Why must you be making money in ways that don't align, that don't honor your body, your mind, your spirit, and your soul? Why? Why do you feel guilty when you receive reward or payments for your gifts? Why do you feel like you have to be hard You have to be on the extreme masculine side for you to lead. Why can't you be soft and lead? Why do you feel you have to be hard in order to lead? Why are you over explaining your worth? Why are you over explaining yourself? See, my sis, babe, queen, my lady, joy should be your baseline. It's not a luxury. It is not a luxury. I am going to keep preaching this until I can't. I am a joyous woman. I am a joyful woman. And I want every woman on earth to be joyful because I know what that joyful feminine energy can create. I know the impact, the effects, the transformation it can bring about in your life when you start embracing your joy in the way you walk, your joy in the way you dress yourself, your style, your joy in the way you eat, your joy in the way you beautify yourself, your joy in the way you move. When you begin to prioritize your joy in your life, a lot will begin to happen for good, for you, through you, in you. So I know what I am talking about here because I have experienced this internally and externally. You are not feeling exhausted because you are doing too much, ladies. You are feeling exhausted because who you are, what you are doing, and why you are doing are living in separate rooms. And it is your job, it is your joy, the onus is on you as a woman, a feminine woman, an ambitious woman, an aligned woman, to align all of this, to bring about that unity, to bring about the harmony. It is your job, it is your duty, it is on you to bring about the joy in your life. No one is coming from outside to do it for you. It's about time we start looking at what we are putting our energy and our effort into, who we are pouring into. It's about time as women. So the exhaustion you are feeling is not because you are doing too much. You are doing too much because there is no alignment, because of the absence of alignment. Because you have no choice than to continue to perform. You have no choice than to continue to mask. You have no other option than to continue to deceive if you refuse to bring about alignment. You will continue to experience exhaustion. You will continue to be tired because you are moving out of alignment. Your words and your actions and your desires are not matching. Who you are, what you do, and why you do it are separate, are disconnected. And you have to do the reconnection work. You have to reconnect to who you are. You have to reconnect to what you truly want to do. And you have to reconnect to your why, your passion, your purpose. You have to reconnect. If you don't do the reconnection work, things will dis- things will just remain the way they are. Things will just be what they are, and that is it. Again, a woman becomes very powerful when her identity stops being fragmented. So you need to call your power from wherever it is. Call back your power to you. You must call back your power to from wherever it is. It has to be internally sourced. It has to be internally, your power must be internally sourced. It is within you. And so I just wanted to look at this intersection on this life because um, it was a thought that was going through my head all throughout the day. And I just felt that I should come back into the community and share with you ladies so that we can begin to enjoy the fruits of that integration, the fruit of integrating your identity, your skills, your values, your passion, your purpose, and profits. The fruit, the impact on your business, on your career, on your brand, on your money, on your beauty, your mind, your spirits. There's so much I mean, there's so much benefits to integrating. If you need to heal, then you need to do your healing work. You need to do your inner work. But to continue to live in dissonance, to continue to live in disconnection, to continue to live in depletion, to continue to wallow in exhaustion, to continue to overwork your body, to continue to underprice yourself, to continue to put your energy in a drain. No, that is not sustainable. That is not joyful. That is not meaningful. That is not magnetic. That is not profitable. It is not sustainable. And that's what I wanted to share with us on this live stream. So, girl, woman, sis, babes, queen, lady, get up. Get up. Get up and do what you need to do. Your joy is waiting for you on the other side. Your happiness is waiting for you on the other side of that work. Your health is waiting for you on the other side of that work. Your beauty is waiting for you on the other side. Will you do it? Will you get up? Will you reach out or stay as you are? The choice is actually yours. I am a guide here. I'm just a guide. I'm just sharing my own thoughts. But the action, the results, the outcome, it's all on you. I love you all so much. If you are watching a replay of this live, be sure to let me know what you think about the video. Share your thoughts with me in the comment section below. And for my ladies who joined me tonight on the live, thank you so much. I love you all. Lenina Murphy, Cecile Blunt, Bola, I see you. Charlie, thank you so much. I love all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I wanted to share with us tonight. I'm going to wish you a beautiful night's rest or a good morning or a beautiful day whenever you happen to be watching the replay of the live. I'll see you ladies in the next one. And as usual, if you are interested in joining our Glow Up community, the Thriving Feminine Collective, if you are interested in joining our community, link to join will be in the comment section below because in that community, we are always talking about elevating our health, our wealth, our happiness, our beauty. Beauty meaning physical and external. Beauty meaning your health, beauty meaning your fitness, your diet, your makeup, your hygiene, your grooming, all of that we discuss in the Thriving Feminine Collective. And of course, we are always going to be talking about our happiness as women. We are going to be prioritizing our joy always. We are always going to be moving in the direction of our pleasure, right? And I also work with women creative professionals, entrepreneurs who are particular about building personal brands online, brands that they actually enjoy, brand that is calm, joyful, meaningful, magnetic, authentic, aligned, profitable, and sustainable. A personal brand that is actually aligned with their unique design as a woman, their talents, their gifts, their skills, their passion, their purpose, their values, their stories, their lived experiences. Because again, there are different pathways to make money as a woman without abandoning yourself, without losing yourself, without hurting yourself. There are so many pathways to make money without losing sight of who you are. It's about grounded wealth creation. And if you're interested in that conversation, scaling your brand, or you don't even know how to even start at all, or you just want an advice here or there, link to book a clarity session with me will be in the description box below. I'll see you ladies in the next one. And until then, stay feminine, stay grounded, stay confident, stay aligned, and keep blooming. May you always believe in yourself. I love you all so much, and I am rooting for you from here, genuinely. Okay? Have a beautiful night, ladies. Bye.